With the sudden realization that our sword has been drained of all its power, we learned from the king that we need to awaken the two remaining sages to their role in powering the Master Sword. So after hitting the gym, so we can pick up Moai heads, we gain the song to awaken Medley, opening the way to the Earth Temple. The Earth Temple is pretty cool, and today I'm going to tell you what you couldn't have missed. As soon as we enter the temple's main sanctum, we come across a bunch of iconography of skulls seen across the temple. This theme of death is repeated across the temple many times, and clearly is pointing to one thing. While we do see Stalfos around the dungeon, their skull shape is not what the skulls we see on the walls model. This must mean that the skulls on the walls are ancient Stall children that were put here to add to the temple's aesthetic. As we crawl deeper into the Earth Temple, we come across a massive statue with eyes that need sunlight to open. While this set piece, to many, will just be that, a set piece. Clearly, the bold design and wicked facial expression represent something deeper. This statue is actually a prophetic statue that shows us how the fairies see Link every time he stuffs them into a bottle. With all the iconography of death, clearly we will see some undead enemies. Well, at this point, we would have already seen Redeads, but in the Mirror Shield room, we run into Stalfos. These enemies are very similar to the guards of Egos Duakana, but since Wind Waker is not in the Majora's Mask timeline, this can't be the truth. These Stalfos clearly are representative of the deep desire of all people to live forever and the lasting consequences of this desire. In the deepest depth of the Earth Temple, we come across a room with tons of mirrors. While in Zelda games past we have had similar puzzles, none have been to the scale seen in the Earth Temple. The metaphors at play here are immense, with light passing from one mirror to another being similar to how we are passing down the duty of being a sage to one person to another. But the ideas at play here is a reflection of what we have seen the whole game, with us pushing past many people to get to our goal, though more specifically when we pushed and bullied Zill on Outset Island. As we reach the boss chamber, we come across a massive Poe named Jalhalla. This massive creature is actually a massive group of Poes all grouping up to form this monstrosity of a boss. While many will write off his gluttonous appearance to just being Jalhalla's clumsy amalgamation of the Poes, however, this entire dungeon does anything seem a little weird? Overall, this dungeon seems like one of the most cold dungeons yet, and with many of the enemies being very specifically selected, this can only mean one thing. This dungeon was designed to be Jalhalla's personal refrigerator, with many delicacies such as pork, jello, and bat all being on the menu for Jalhalla to feast upon at his leisure. And with that, the video is over. If you had a positive emotion, please consider doing what you would do to any other YouTube video.